The Rockford IceHogs are back in action this afternoon at BMO Harris Bank Center as they welcome in the Milwaukee Admirals for another Central Division showdown. Hello, everybody. Joseph Zakrzewski once again with you for today's episode of IceHogs Warmup. Coming up on the program, we're going to go inside the locker room here from interim head coach Anders Sorensen, get his take after a thrilling victory for the IceHogs last night on home ice. And we'll also hear from forward Reese Johnson, who played his first hockey in a long time as he's coming off of injury and made his first appearance for the IceHogs since November last night against the Grand Rapids Griffins. Well, for your IceHogs, as I mentioned, they're coming off a thrilling victory last night against the Griffins. Key Central Division standings points were up for grabs, and with the victory, a 5-1 decision for your IceHogs on home ice. Their first home game after being on the road for the previous 5 contests. They would move up the Central Division standings into 4th place. So let's take a look at where the Hogs stand overall entering today's contest against the Admirals. With the victory over the Griffins last night, the IceHogs improved to 25-23, 3-1, 4th place of the Central Division, and now have a winning percentage of a .519. They're going to try and track down the Milwaukee Admirals. Still have a little ways to go. Admirals 31-22, 4-3, and they occupy the 3rd place spot. And looking at the division overall, it's really the IceHogs trying to catch up to the top 3 teams. So if you will, those bottom 4 are pretty much where the IceHogs will most likely end up, but it's going to be a horse race, a sprint all the way to the end of the season, and we still have a good few weeks to go. Chicago leads everybody. They're on a current 12-game point streak. Manitoba, an 8-game point streak. And the Admirals, they have points in 8 of their last 10. Then you have the IceHogs mixing it up in the 4th place spot. Grand Rapids, who they beat last night, slid down to 5th. And then the Texas Stars and Iowa Wild will wrap up the rest of the Central. And the IceHogs did get some help last night as well. Not only did they defeat the Griffins, but also Iowa and the Stars would suffer losses, so the Hogs have a little bit of a cushion, but not by much, in that 4th place spot. Well, the IceHogs returned home to BMO Harris Bank Center last night after coming back from a 5-game road trip, and it was a ruckus crowd at the BMO, and the Hogs would feed off the energy en route to a 5-1 win over Grand Rapids. They were led by forward Josiah Slavin. He would have 2 goals in the hockey game. Forward Mike Hardman would chime in with 2 assists, and defenseman Ian Mitchell would have a goal and an assist, including a tally on the power play. Arvid Soderblom was fantastic for the IceHogs when he needed to be. 29 saves, and he now enters today on a 3-game winning streak. And the IceHogs, with the victory again, moving up the ranks to 4th place in the Central Division. They would also fire away on Grand Rapids. The Hogs would outshoot the Griffins 36-30, just the 13th time this season. The Hogs have outshot their opponents, and when they do so, they are 9-4-0 in terms of records so far this year. And the special teams was on point for the IceHogs last night as well. Ian Mitchell, a power play goal. The Hogs would go 1 for 4, and the penalty kill improving tremendously from what we saw at the beginning of that 5-game road trip. They would hold the Griffins to 0 for 6 on the man advantage. Now entering today, the IceHogs with power play goals in each of their last 2 games. For the Milwaukee Admirals, they continue to pick up points. It's been really hard to track them down, though the IceHogs have been successful in the head-to-head series. But for the Admirals, they were in action last night as well, a 4-3 victory over the Texas Stars. And that was at UW-Milwaukee Panther Arena in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. For Jimmy Huntington would lead the way. He would have 2 goals in the contest, and goaltender Connor Ingram, the busiest netminder in the American Hockey League in terms of minutes played, saves, appearances, and among league leaders in goals against average and save percentage, he would make 29 saves in the hockey game. And as I mentioned, Milwaukee is a tough team to keep down. They've only had 4 regulation losses since January 17th. That's right, the Admirals are 18-4, 2-1 since then, and that includes quite a lengthy 7-game winning streak. Overall, they're led by forward Rocco Grimaldi, 52 points, which is tied for 10th in the American Hockey League, 26 goals, which is 5th best in the league, but he hasn't been playing much recently, as well as Cole Schneider. Schneider, he is tied for 18th in the league with 48 points, but he has also sat out the last 2 contests. Looking at the head-to-head series, the IceHogs have done well against the Admirals, a 5-3, 1-0 record. They lead the series with 10 points to Milwaukee's 9. IceHogs, this is tonight the 10th of 12 meetings between the 2 clubs. In the series, the IceHogs with a big victory. The last time these 2 teams got together back on March 11th in Wisconsin, it would be a 4-3 shootout victory in which for Lucas Reichel would help lead the way, and Michael Tepley, the game-winning shootout marker. And so for Reichel, with points in that last appearance, now has 2 goals, 5 assists to lead the series with 7 points coming into this afternoon. It's going to be a fun showdown for your Rockford IceHogs this afternoon as they welcome in the Milwaukee Admirals to BMO Harris Bank Center. Once again, Central Division points up for grabs for the Hogs, looking to complete the weekend on a winning note today. Well, coming up on IceHogs Warmup, we're going to hear from the coaching staff. Interim head coach Anders Sorensen will join us, get his take after the big victory last night and what to expect for the IceHogs here today. And we'll also hear from forward Reese Johnson, playing his first IceHogs game since November and first game overall since he was a member of the Chicago Blackhawks. That was back in December as well. And, of course, we'll come back live here to the BMO and get you ready for the opening puck drop. So stay tuned for more IceHogs Warmup.